Yo, what is up, Cowboy Nation and NFL fans across the globe? This is not a drill. This is not clickbait. This is the kind of breaking news that absolutely shakes the foundation of the NFL and sends shockwaves through every front office in the league. I need everyone to stop what they're doing right now, smash that like button, and buckle up, because if the early reports and internet chatter are even close to being true, then we are witnessing one of the biggest trades in recent NFL history. That's right, it's being reported that the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, are finalizing a mega deal to acquire pass rushing phenom Maxx Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders in a blockbuster trade worth a reported $180 million. Yeah, you heard that right, $180 million freaking dollars. This is no joke, no smoke and mirrors, no April Fool's prank. This is serious talk flooding through NFL circles right now, and everyone is asking the same thing. Is Jerry Jones about to pull off the ultimate power move and bring Maxx Crosby to Dallas to team up with Micah Parsons and form the most terrifying pass rush duo in the entire league? If this deal goes through, we're talking about the kind of move that instantly flips the balance of power in the NFC, and possibly the entire NFL. So let's break this whole situation down: who Maxx Crosby is, why he's worth this much money, what this means for the Cowboys, what the Raiders might be thinking, and whether this wild trade has any shot of actually going down. First of all, if you don't already know who Maxx Crosby is, then I don't know what rock you've been living under. This guy is not just a good player, he is an absolute game wrecker. Drafted in the 4th round back in 2019 by the Raiders, Crosby quickly made a name for himself by being one of the most relentless, high-motor, hard-working defensive ends in the game. He doesn't just chase down quarterbacks, he terrorizes them. Over the past few seasons, he's racked up sacks, pressures, and tackles for loss like clockwork, and more importantly, he's become the emotional leader and cornerstone of the Raiders' defense. Just last year, in the 2024 season, even while battling injuries, Crosby still put up over 7 sacks and ranked in the top tier of all edge defenders when it came to quarterback pressures. He's not a one-season wonder. This guy is a consistent monster. And it's not just his stats, it's his attitude. He plays angry, he plays fast, and he plays with that chip on his shoulder edge that you just don't teach. This is the type of player you build a defense around. And that's exactly what the Raiders thought they were doing when they handed him a massive contract extension earlier this year, a 3-year deal worth $106.5 million, with $91.5 million guaranteed. That deal made Maxx Crosby the highest-paid non-quarterback in the entire NFL. At least, until now. Because if the Cowboys are really offering a $180 million deal, whether that's to take on Crosby's current contract and extend him further, or completely restructure and give him even more security, then we are talking about something that completely redefines the edge rusher market. Now you might be wondering, wait a minute, didn't the Raiders just say that they're not trading Maxx Crosby? Didn't Mark Davis go on record saying he's untouchable? Yes, they absolutely did. But here's the thing, in the NFL, money talks. Situations change fast. What was impossible last week can become inevitable tomorrow. And when a team like the Dallas Cowboys picks up the phone and starts throwing around 9-figure numbers, first-round draft picks, and other assets, even the most stubborn front offices start to listen. Let's be real, the Raiders are not one player away from contending. They're in a rebuilding phase, trying to find a long-term answer at quarterback, retool the roster, and possibly shift defensive schemes. If they feel like they can get a king's ransom in return for Crosby, we're talking multiple first-rounders, a starting-caliber player, and future cap relief, then maybe, just maybe, they make the move. Especially if Crosby himself is feeling like a fresh start in a contending environment could be better for his career. And what better place than Dallas? Let's look at this from the Cowboys' perspective now. Everyone knows Jerry Jones is hungry, starving for another Super Bowl. It's been nearly 30 years. He's not getting any younger. The fan base is demanding results. And they've got a championship-caliber roster right now, but they need that one final piece, that one guy who puts them over the top. And what better way to do that than by bringing in one of the most feared pass rushers in the game to pair with Micah Parsons, the Cowboys' own defensive dynamo. Imagine offenses having to deal with Crosby on one side and Parsons on the other. That's straight up terrifying. That's a defensive coordinator's dream and an opposing quarterback's worst nightmare. Teams would have no way to double both. The pocket collapses instantly. That's the kind of pressure that forces turnovers, wins playoff games, and brings rings home. Now, of course, the $180 million figure is wild. It's the kind of number that makes your jaw drop, but it's not necessarily all cash in year one. It's likely a combination of guaranteed salary, signing bonus, backloaded incentives, and clever salary cap structuring. And let's not forget, the Cowboys have some flexibility if they want it. They can restructure existing deals: Dak Prescott, Zach Martin, and others. They can clear room. And they can afford this move if they believe it's the move that wins them a Super Bowl. But hold up, you might be asking, isn't Micah Parsons himself due for a massive extension soon? Yes, and that's where this gets even juicier. Because rumors have been swirling that Parsons is eyeing a contract north of $150 million himself. And he's been vocal on social media, dropping subtle comments about how guys like Maxx Crosby are getting paid, while his own extension still hasn't been finalized. So if Dallas brings in Crosby and gives him a monster deal, what message does that send to Parsons? Will he love having a new partner in crime on the field? Or will he feel slighted that someone else got paid before him? That locker room dynamic is going to be fascinating to watch. On top of that, this move could cause ripple effects across the league. If Crosby gets $180 million, what does that mean for guys like Nick Bosa, T.J. Watt, or upcoming stars like Aiden Hutchinson? It resets the market, and you better believe agents across the league are paying attention. It also puts pressure on other contenders to respond. Teams like the Eagles, 49ers, or even the Jets might feel the need to make their own splash moves just to keep up. But let's come back down to earth for a moment. As of this recording, nothing is official. No pen has hit paper. No trade has been confirmed. This could all be smoke, a leak from an agent, a power play by Crosby's camp to boost leverage, or even just speculation run wild. The NFL is full of this stuff. But here's the thing, rumors don't come out of nowhere. When you see this many people talking, this many insiders buzzing, and this much heat coming from both fan bases, there's usually some kernel of truth somewhere in the mix. Even if the full $180 deal doesn't happen, even if the trade falls through, just the fact that the Cowboys are being connected to this level of talent shows you how aggressive they're trying to be. They're not sitting back. They're not waiting for another first-round playoff exit. They want to win now. And they're willing to go big to do it. That's why this story is so fascinating, because even if it doesn't go down today, it tells us what kind of team Dallas wants to be, and what kind of impact Maxx Crosby has made in the league. He's not just a player, he's a movement. So here's what I want to know from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you think the Cowboys should pull the trigger on this deal? Is Maxx Crosby worth $180 million? Would you give up multiple first-rounders to get him? Or should Dallas focus on locking up Parsons first and building through the draft? I'll be reading every single comment and shouting out some of the best takes in my next video. Also, if you want me to do a full breakdown of what the Cowboys' defense would look like with Crosby and Parsons on the edge, including film analysis and projected stats, hit that like button and I'll make it happen. But for now, that's the bomb news: Cowboys potentially trading for Maxx Crosby in a deal that could reshape the NFL landscape. Until it's confirmed or denied, the fire is hot, the rumor is real, and the possibilities are endless. This is your host, your channel name, signing off. Keep your helmets tight and your rumors tighter. Peace.